just a bungee cord. Stick with the mics, Corey. You want mics? I got mics. So I got the overhead set up Glenn John style, which is awesome because you're technically capturing like the whole kit first and foremost instead of worrying about any close mics. Top overhead is centered to the whole kit and the snare especially. And I usually like to aim for like about 4 feet off the snare, 48 inches. And so that's going to give you a nice center image of everything. So you could use one overhead in mono if you wanted to. And then off to the side, I have another Coles. And what you want to do is make sure it's an even distance off the snare to this point as well. 48 inches. So therefore you don't really have any phasing issues. Try to maintain a nice triangular shape. It's all about geometry, math. You can then do a stereo pair and pan this off to the left and this off to the right. And now your toms will be a little panned and your cymbals. So there's some nice stereo imaging you can do as well. Or if you collapse in mono, both of these will really give you a nice centered mono drum image. And now for our room mics, we'll go 12 feet from the snare. I'll usually just put my tape measure on the ring of the snare and then walk out. And we got 12 feet right here. I'll put a mic right here. I'll go anywhere from 4 to 6 feet. The lower you get to the ground, the little bit more low end you get from the kit. Kind of crush these and compress them a bit more to bring out the room. We're gonna go 12 feet off the snare here. 12 feet's landing right about here, right where I am, just about. And then 12 feet's about right here. This is about my center. I have this gobo here, and I sometimes move it around because I have the two side gobos reflecting away at an angle. The bottom at least is going to absorb some of the lower frequencies, help keep the room not as boomy, a little tighter here for the kit itself. But then I create a channel sometimes where then this is going to absorb a lot of the low end, but then the drums have room to breathe this way, hitting both of my room mics. It's a nice way to funnel some sound. All right, so some methods for dampening drums. My personal favorite, the Drumgee, because it's a bungee and it just tightens on your drum rims. And you just take a handkerchief or any cloth or towel and you just drape it over like so. Take the Drumgee, loop the towel around. But really kills a lot of the resonance, especially if you want a tight drum sound. Another really cool trick I like to use is taking an old snare head, just cutting it up. And what this is gonna do is drop the snare down. And now we have a really nice tight drum sound. The snare isn't ringy, it's not vibrating the rest of the kit. It's just right where it should be. Okay, not a bad sound, but just the decay is a little long. So I'll just take the Drumgee, clip it on, put over my hanky. A lot more tame. Everything's nice, mellowed out, nothing's resonating too much. So I think for today, that's the sound we're going for. All right, there's enough to work with there.